I'm going to do a bit of a longer video comparing the 5 of the top lakes that we serve in Virginia, so you can kind of get an idea of the differences between them. So let's start with Lake Holiday. Lake Holiday is about 240 acres. It does have real boating, so you can have a motorboat, a pontoon boat, kayak, etc. It is gated, so it is a bit more private because only owners can use all of those amenities, which is really great. It's just outside of Winchester, close to DC, so a really good location with less traffic compared to the other lakes. So the Lake Holiday is the only lake in the northwest area of Virginia where you can have boating and swimming, all of those things, and actual waterfront homes. So if you have a waterfront home, you have your own dock, etc. Lake Frederick, the other lake that is in this area, about 30 minutes apart from each other, but Lake Frederick is a community that is kind of split. The lake is split and it has kind of 2 communities inside of it. So the lake is in kind of a V shape. It's only 110 acres and it is very shallow. So you don't have motorboating and stuff. You can do trolling motors, kayaks, but no one owns a waterfront home on Lake Frederick because Virginia owns the property around the lake. It is a public lake, so anyone can use it. And again, you don't have the ability to have an actual waterfront home. There are some homes that have water views, but then you have a 55 plus side, a non-age restricted side. So you kind of have options there. They both have their own clubhouse. The 55 plus section has a ton of amenities. The clubhouse is really cool. They have an indoor pool and an outdoor pool. Exercise, they have so much. I'll do a full video just on Lake Frederick, of course. 3D golf, poker room, a ton of stuff. But very different feel from Lake Holiday because you can't have actual waterfront homes. They are like the same builder in there, so you just have the building options versus Lake Holiday. You could bring your own builder, so we have a lot more different styles of homes. So some people like that more than having one builder and kind of all the homes are similar. So that would be the difference on those. But those are the 2 biggest lakes in that area. Okay, so now we're going to move kind of down southeast and let's talk about Lake of the Woods, Lake Anna, and Fawn Lake. So Lake Anna is going to be the largest lake, covers 3 counties, 100 plus community neighborhoods inside around the lake. It is also, a lot of people don't know, there is a nuclear power plant on Lake Anna. There's also a state park, so it's a really, really interesting area, but there are different sections, so you have to decide, are you comfortable being close to that nuclear power plant? There is a private side and a public side. So the private side, only owners who own there can put their boats in the water and stuff. The public side, anyone can use that, but you also have restaurants and stuff on the public side. So there's a lot of different things to think about if you are considering Lake Anna. Obviously, they do have waterfront homes. Some of the waterfront is not very deep, so you need to know what's going on in each area that you're considering. But there are 225 miles of shoreline, so a lot more opportunities for waterfront properties and water view properties than a lot of these smaller lakes, right? It's very rural, so your hospitals and stuff are a little further away. So there are some things to think about that depending on where you are at in your life. Okay, Lake of the Woods, which is nearby, just outside of Fredericksburg, is kind of closer to the Lake Holiday kind of feel. A lot of older style homes, a mixture of styles of homes, but it is a little bit bigger than Lake Holiday at 500 acres. So they have things like ski jump. They have a ski club, a water skiing club. They have pools that Lake Holiday doesn't. They have little beaches, more of those throughout the neighborhood. So you have your big clubhouse and beach, but then you also have little neighborhoods within the neighborhood there. And there's also a second lake there that is just a fishing lake. So no boats on there or anything. So they also have things like equestrian center. I'll go over the amenities of there too. They have a lot of amenities. But different feel than Lake Anna, or what we're going to talk about next, which is Fawn Lake, which is very close down there. Okay, Fawn Lake is going to be your more country club style, even though like Lake Holiday is a country club, it doesn't have that country club feel so much. It feels like a more natural environment. So Fawn Lake is your more golf course, golf club membership type community. Okay, so there is a clubhouse and then there is also a golf clubhouse. You do not need to belong to the golf club, but is there if you want to. But Fawn Lake has waterfront homes and water access, water view homes. It is gated as well. It's definitely more upscale than any of the other lakes. So if you are looking at that, it is a great option. There is also, the golf course is an Arnold Palmer course. Can't talk today. So whole different feel though. Some people are looking for that. Some people want the more natural, like Lake Holiday, Lake of the Woods. So there's a lot of different styles of lake homes, which is why I am doing this series to talk to you and kind of show you the differences so you can find the lake that is right for you.